Hey everyone, welcome back to Hot Off the Press. I am back with another video. It is not looking good for Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty. So it has been reported today that Kenneth Petty's sexual assault victim has filed a lawsuit against Nicki Minaj for basically harassing her and intimidation. So Jennifer, which is the victim from his 1995 case that he was convicted of, is alleging in a lawsuit that Nicki Minaj offered her money and her family members money for her to recant her story. And all of this got stirred up last year, back in March of 2020, when Kenneth Petty failed to register in California as a sex offender, because if you're a convicted sex offender, wherever you move to, you have to register in that specific state. And he failed to do that when he and Nicki Minaj began to get married and, you know, live their lives in California. So when he failed to register, he got arrested, and per Jennifer, she said that that's when Nicki Minaj called her and basically offered her money so that she can recant her story of what happened. So basically, like, all of the charges will be dropped and they can go and live their married. So basically, like, you know, all the charges against him will go away. So if she recant her story, then, you know, he'll be fine, charges will be dropped, and everything will be all good. So she alleges that Nicki Minaj reached out to her and offered her money. Nicki Minaj's representation reached out to her. She even says, like, Nicki's goons, as she calls them, reached out to family members, offered family member $500,000 for them to recant her statement. And so Jennifer said that she denied. She refused the payments from Nicki Minaj. She refused everything from her team, and she just wanted to be left alone. And so Jennifer says after she, you know, refused everything, basically the bribes from them, then that's when the harassment started. She had to move several times within 1 year. She kept getting harassing phone calls. They were finding out where she lived, and basically it started to be like a living hell for her. So she came out and wanted to clear her name and speak her piece when Nicki Minaj went on Queen Radio and on her social media or whatever, and basically kind of discrediting the victim, Jennifer, basically saying that, you know, they were young, they were in a relationship, basically kind of like saying, like, you know, this is just another case of you know, a young black man not having enough money to get himself the proper representation. So that upset Jennifer when she heard her say those things publicly, and basically, like, you know, discrediting her when Nicki Minaj, of course, she wasn't even there in the situation, and he has been convicted of that crime. So that, you know, pissed her off. So she wanted to tell her side of the story. This is all on social media. You guys can hear the audio of Nicki Minaj saying that, Jennifer saying her side. I didn't have time to put it in this video just because I wanted to get this out real quick, because this just happened today. So when she came out with those claims last year, I remember saying to myself, wow, if this is true, what Nicki Minaj did and said to her, offering her money, like, she's in big trouble. Like, you just can't do that to victims, you know, like, you can't just be paying people off. That was a crime. So anyway, it has been reported today she has filed a lawsuit against Nicki Minaj and her husband for harassment. So let me read to you what TMZ is reporting. So it says, Jennifer says when she declined the offers from Minaj and her camp, Within days, she and her family suffered an onslaught of harassing calls and unsolicited visits. Shortly after, she claims Nicki had people reach out to I don't know how she pronounced her last name, but reach out to her brother and offer her $500,000 payment in exchange for a statement recanting her rape allegation against Petty. According to documents, Jennifer says this was followed by Nicki sending lawyers to her home to try to pressure her into recanting her story, and she began to panic and feel unsafe because she was being harassed at her home. After one more alleged cash bribe offer of $20,000 and another alleged threat to her safety, Jennifer says she's moved from her home in August of 2020 and continues to live in fear. She's suing Nicki and Kenneth for intentional infliction of emotional distress, harassment, and witness intimidation, as well as suing Petty for the sexual assault related to the 1995 conviction. So, yes, she is suing them for harassment, emotional distress, and witness intimidation. This does not look good. If this is true about what Nicki Minaj and her camp did, this is not looking good. So I will keep you guys posted on this story. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.